President Donald Trump is celebrating the removal of a law to go after money laundering. Great. On Sunday, the Treasury Department announced that it would stop enforcing any penalties or fines associated with the beneficial ownership information reporting rule under the existing regulatory deadlines. But it will further not enforce any penalties or fines against U.S. citizens or domestic reporting companies or their beneficial owners after the forthcoming rule changes take effect either. Now, what does that mean? Basically, the government is no longer going to require shell companies to disclose their owners and beneficiaries, which would allow wealthy corporations and individuals to hide their profits from the public, whether or not that those profits be from gifts and other investment from foreign nationals. Okay. Now, this rule was part of the Corporate Transparency Act, or CTA, passed back in 2021, which required some businesses to report information on people who own or control a company indirectly or directly to the department's Financial Crimes Enforcement Network. So Trump, of course, immediately took to his platform, Truth Social, to say, "Oh, exciting news! Corruption! It's legal again." All right. He said this Biden rule, and by the way, this rule hadn't even been in place. Okay, it had been blocked by a judge, so it's never been enforced. He said this Biden rule has been an absolute disaster for small business nationwide. Furthermore, the Treasury is now finalizing an emergency regulation to formally suspend this rule for American businesses. It's an emergency regulation. It's an emergency that I was not able to do this kind of corruption. What? Now he says the economic menace of beneficial ownership information reporting will soon be no more. So hold on here. I don't really know of any small businesses that are using shell companies. All right. I mean, the whole idea is to stop big business from doing financial fraud. The CTA was passed by the Biden administration as an attempt to tackle things like tax evasion, which of course Trump loves. Trump loves evading taxes. Thinks you're smart if you do it. Fraud. I mean, that should be fairly, it should go without comment, considering Donald Trump's alleged fraud and other illegal acts. And look, this is why Republicans hate this rule, because they want to be able to do it. They want to do these things. But one of the things that this would block is financing terrorism. Yeah. But these Republicans are saying, hey, if you want to finance a terrorist, that's fine. Oh, great, lovely. Now, of course, they always claim with these rules, the requirements are too steep for small business and companies to fulfill. How dare they have to do reporting? That's why they've fought it in the courts and even stopped it from going into effect. So again, it hadn't been in effect at all. And now, of course, the rule is effectively dead. So there you go. By the way, this is not the only anti-corruption rule that Trump has killed in his so far rather short stay in office. Okay, he hasn't been here that long. Earlier this month, Trump issued an executive order freezing enforcement of the 48-year-old Foreign Corrupt Practices Act, which prohibits any person or company tied to the United States from paying money or offering gifts to foreign officials to help their business. Gee, I don't know, man. It kind of seems like the swamp is getting even swampier with all of this money laundering and these gifts to and from foreign officials that's happening. I don't know. Like, you want to give things to Russian officials, or have Russians give things to you, Israelis, the hell, the Saudis? I mean, it's basically an open auction now. And Trump is going to be able to reap the rewards of his corruption along with all of his friends. It's going to be even easier now for a business with unpopular practices, and there are plenty, or a president that has shady business interests, perhaps in real estate, that real estate, of course, has a history of money laundering attached to it. To be able to avoid any kind of federal scrutiny without these rules. And so it's very difficult to go after these companies for money laundering and these kinds of things. And this reporting requirement would have helped figure out, like, hey, this looks shady. Why don't we look into it? Can't do that anymore. It's exactly the kind of situation that a corrupt businessman would love. And Trump it's a corrupt businessman. No doubt about it. Now, here's the thing. Understand that there is no amount of money, of wealth, that will satiate these people. Okay? Because one of the arguments is, well, Trump will never do something like that. Why does he need more money? He wouldn't sell out the United States. He wouldn't sell out the government, wouldn't sell out the people in order to make an extra buck. Why would he? He's already a billionaire. Well, Elon Musk, he's already rich. Why would he do anything like that? It doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, if you're already rich. But again, this is no amount of money, okay? There is no amount of money where they will say, we have enough. That's enough. There's nothing that will stop these people from continuing to step on other people for that extra dollar. Greed is a sickness. It is a pathology. And it has broken so many people's brains, while the effects of it also kill other people. People that don't have health care. People that can't afford to eat. People that lose their homes and are forced to sit on the streets until they're arrested by police, thrown in the jails. And that's where it goes, to destroying the hopes and dreams of so many people. That amount of greed. And now Trump and his friends' greed will continue to go unchecked, along with Elon Musk. Look, if you voted for Trump to stand against the swamp and against corruption, because that whole claim about Doge, just stopping the corruption. No, it's not at all about stopping the corruption. This is the corruption. And if you voted to stop it, you've been had. Bigly. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.